Hey everyone, welcome to USA Today Acoustic, and I am really thrilled to welcome Josiah Gilley, aka JP, to the studio. JP, it's a thrill to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely, I'm happy to be here.
You've been on a crazy ride with breakouts with like Bad Bitty, with Juicy Ah, and then you're going in a completely new direction, which is really exciting. Let's go back to the beginning though. How did you get into music in the first place? What were your biggest inspirations in terms of artists or family? And what kind of music were you drawn to?
Growing up, I watched a lot of musicals growing up. Me and my grandmother would sit and watch a lot of musicals like Mary Poppins, Singing in the Rain, Sound of Music, etc. So that's kind of where I got my first initial little taste of music. I grew up in church too, so that's a whole nother, soul and things of that nature that came from that. And then like my grandmother, she would listen to artists like Teddy Pendergrass, Luther Vandross, things of that nature. So I mean, it was all over the place for me, especially so like when you're 6 and you listening to all that music, it turns into something real good. So
that's beautiful. And that was growing up in Milwaukee? Was that
growing up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised.
Gotcha. So at what point though did you go from being a lover of music to being like, I really want to sing too?
I started singing, like just singing out loud, probably. I got confident at it around like 6th grade, to the point where I know like if I sing, other people would think I know how to sing as well. I want to say I knew how to sing when I was like 5, but like I didn't really sing around everybody because I didn't want people to be like, oh, you can't sing. So around like 6th grade, 7th grade, I started getting confident at it. I think I chose to be an artist. I think when I went to college, my freshman year at college, my brother, who's also my manager, he's here with me. He was like, bro, you make so much music and like you talented. You should just start like actually making music. So that's when I actually started to like take the music serious, and and a couple years later we're here.
Yeah. And so while you were in college, you're doing a music performance major at the University of Wisconsin Stevens Point. Is that right? Okay. And then you were singing for a little bit. Started songwriting then in college. Is that right, JP, or doing it before?
Yeah. My songwriting is kind of really like on the spot, like kind of. I would say more so off the head than actual songwriting, but. I mean,
whatever inspires you in the moment.
Yes, absolutely.
So what inspired, you had this big breakout with Juicy Ah, which was this rap song a couple years ago. It really kind of followed kind of the low end style, which is a really popular hip hop style in Milwaukee, born in Milwaukee, a lot of pride around that style.
For sure.
And this song really took off. Tell me about how Juicy Ah came together, how you decided to go into that world, into low end, into hip hop.
Yeah, so what's crazy is I never was like a low end artist. Like I never used to make low end songs. I was back at the house for Thanksgiving. I was there for probably like 2 days because we had to travel. I was playing basketball at the time for UW Stevens Point, and my little cousin was like finding beats, and he actually found the beat for Juicy Ah, same difference. And I had just put that the part that went viral. I had just laid that part down and just posted it on TikTok. I didn't have like a huge following on TikTok at the time. I just posted it on TikTok, and then after a game we had, it was like December 1st, I think it was. One of my good boys is named J-Bone. He runs the Milwaukee 4-on-4 Hype House page. He took the video that we made and he put it on the Hype House page, and then from there, like, Milwaukee picked up on it. Everybody started doing dances to it, and then it just like started picking up and striking on TikTok. And that's how that took off. Yeah,
and it wasn't just Milwaukee. I mean, I remember Lil Uzi Vert like championed that song, shared that song. Yeah. Then flash forward to you opening for Lil Uzi Vert at Summerfest in Milwaukee. That's crazy.
Yes. Yes, that did happen. I forgot about that. Yes, that did happen. It was New Year's. It was New Year's, January. I remember waking up because we was in school. We drove down from Stevens Point to Milwaukee. We had for a New Year's show. Then we drove back early that morning because we had to be back for like practice or something like that. And I remember waking up in the morning, it was probably like 6 something. We got up at like 5 something, 6. And I seen that he had like reposted it, like he reposted it on his story. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? It was a real big moment for me. Everybody was reposting it and things of that nature. I was getting hella notifications. So yeah, that did happen.
It did, and it was just the beginning because that song obviously took off. But then you had Bad Bitty, which probably Bad Bitty came out in 2024, and probably is the most successful song in terms of listens from a Milwaukee-based artist, possibly ever. I mean, I think it's like 20 million streams on Spotify or something like that. That's just Spotify. That's not including YouTube and other places. A lot of mentions there. Tell me about how Bad Bitty came together and the kind of opportunities that came for you around Bad Bitty and what it meant for you.
Bad Bitty, boy, February 24th. So, one of my close friends who is like a brother to me, his name is 414 Big Frank. He's also an artist. He started off the top of the year 2024 with a song called Eat Her Up that was going viral. So we were all like promoting that song. While we were promoting Eat Her Up, I had made Bad Bitty, and I just slipped Bad Bitty in there while we were all promoting Eat Her Up because it was like the song. And Bad Bitty, it started to catch. And it really took off when Chris Brown did a video to it. Chris Brown did a video dancing to it. He was like doing the dance and stuff I was doing. Wiz Khalifa first. Wiz Khalifa did it to it, and then Chris Brown, and then like a plethora of other artists. And man, it just started to take off like crazy though. Started to take off crazy. Kai Cenat did something to it. NLE Choppa, who I ended up doing a remix to the song with, reached out to it. Kaylani, things of that nature. So I gained a lot of opportunities and, gained a lot of good connection from that song.
Yeah, what kind of opportunities came for you, and what was it like for you as an artist? I know you signed a distribution deal with Rock Nation. We mentioned shows like the Summerfest show that you were a part of.
Absolutely.
What are some of the big things that came for you, and what was it like to be in for that ride suddenly?
Man, it was a roller coaster for sure, because we went from, I was in a college dorm, me and my brother. We was in a college dorm just answering calls in February. And then like 30 days later, we were in New York, we were in Miami, we were just going. And like just to see how much of an effect my music had on not just the Midwest. Like this wasn't just no longer a Midwest thing. It was people in Cali that, was listening to the music, people all over the East Coast, the West Coast. So it was like it's people in New Zealand. I had like a top song, like Bad Bitty was like a top song in New Zealand. Who the hell is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, man, it was just so much stuff that came from that, man. And I did get the Summerfest. I ended up opening up for Summerfest. I did like multiple shows over the U.S., things of that nature. I opened up for Kaylani on her to start off her Crash tour in Minneapolis. Complex, Rolling Stone interviews. Man, what else? It's a lot of stuff that happened from that. I can't even really pinpoint everything. But
and what was it like for you to experience that? To suddenly these things are coming your way, and
man,
how would you describe your feelings, your thoughts, kind of through this journey?
I was very grateful. And I felt like stamped a little bit because, I did do it with Juicy Ass, and, Juicy Eye, it took its toll. But just when Bad Bitty came back around, it's like just to prove like, okay, I can do this again. Yeah. And for that to blow out of the water, bigger than any song I had on my catalog at the time. Like I made like 70 something songs in between Juicy Ass and Bad Bitty. So like just to keep on going and then to finally hit that one again, that just blows, that blows everything open. It was a big time, and it was a stamp for, I felt like one of the leaders that was bringing positive to the city of Milwaukee, because we know him for so much other stuff, but to be one of the forefront artists to put on, and shed a positive light on the city of Milwaukee. That was real big for me.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's so fun about Bad Bitty and fun about your personality and your TikToks and all of that is you do have so much positivity. You are so fun, and that song is so fun. And Low End, for the most part, is like just really fun, just catchy kind of party music. And definitely it's a great example of why that genre is so popular.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me though is that you got this big success with Bad Bitty. You could stay in that low end lane, and you haven't exactly, because now you have this new project coming out called Took a Turn. Took a Turn? Forgive me. Yep, Took a Turn. totally different thing. It's you know, R&B. It's very vulnerable. Before with Bad Bitty, you're like really in party mode. Now you're really kind of pouring your heart and soul out. You know, you're expressing your singing voice much more than on your last projects. Tell me about that. Why did you take a turn with that?
So, you know, like the best of us, life does happen. So I went through a stage where I took a break because, you know, like everything was beginning to get a little much for me, internet, etc. You know, things were getting a little heavy, so I had to take a break from the internet for a while. And while I took a break, it was so much maturity that came from that, and just finding myself and finding who, you know, like getting back to the roots of who I was. And I decided to, you know, I wouldn't even say necessarily switch, but just to tap in, you know, and display another side of me that everybody, you know, doesn't know, you know. And like I said, I grew up singing. I grew up in church. I grew up doing the musical. So I just decided to tap into that a little bit more. And this project that I released, you know, when you hear songs like Took a Turn and Serenity and My Peace, these were songs that I made in real time while I was going through what I was going through. So you can feel the downs, you can feel the ups, you can feel the triumph from it. And I just want to display that to everybody else that's going through that period or that has went through that period, so they can listen to that, you know, and they can listen to that, and they can feel, and they can confide in that music. So yeah. I think the turn was needed.
Yeah, I mean, the performances you did today, the 3 songs from that project, really powerful. Can you talk us through those 3 songs, where your head space was at when you made those songs, what you're trying to convey with the 3 songs you did for us today?
Absolutely. So my piece was a sense of resolution for me. It was like a song that, you know, basically captures how I was feeling after the fact and what was keeping me going into that, you know what I'm saying, to that stage of maturity. So that's what my piece conveys for me. When I made that song, I was in a whole different headspace, obviously, than I was when I was making all my other music. That's my piece. Serenity is more like more of those, like, you know, like calling out like for help, like a sense of like help, and at the same time like a sense of confidence, like I need your help, but like I know you wouldn't leave because of who I am. So like I know you wouldn't actually leave. So it's a sense of confidence, it's a sense of like help, sense of like forgiveness, like, you know, for myself personally, because I felt like I did so much extracurricular activity to harm my reputation or to harm what I had going on. And Serenity is like one of those songs, like, okay, like allow me back in, like I'm back, this is brand new, this is fresh. Strangers is just one of those ones, man. It's like endless possibility. It's like a vague sense of like, okay, like, you know, I mean, anybody that's went through like a breakup or anything like that, I did go through a breakup during that time. And, but it doesn't have to necessarily be, you know, a breakup. It could be whatever you're breaking up from in life, whether that's, you know, a significant other or a vice of some sort, you know. That's why I made that song, for like my own sense of closure, you know, because we didn't really get that. So my own sense of closure going into that song. So
yeah, and then Took a Turn. You were you got very emotional performing Took a Turn. What's that song?
Yes, man, same thing, kind of the same thing with Strangers, but Took a Turn was like I'm very open. This is like raw, pure, uncut emotion. Like this is how I was feeling during that time. This is like right smack dab in the middle of, you know, anxiety, of depression, of all those emotions that you're going through. And it's like everything's just falling apart and it's gone. And it's like you blaming me, but I blame you. And like man, I was just open. And I just decided to put that inside of a song, you know, and you can hear that. You can hear that when you listen to it, especially when you listen to the full song, like the master version, you're gonna see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it goes all over the place. It's like an emotional roller coaster.
You, again, you were known as like the party guy, Bad Bitty. Opening up like this, is that scary? Is it scary to be so vulnerable now with your music? And what do you hope people take away from this change from you, this unexpected change?
I don't think it's scary. I think it's more powerful on my end, you know, because everybody that's out there partying, everybody that's out there going through things or that's at the high life, they go through life as well. Yeah. So sometimes it's harder to go out there and convey the party side of things when really you got some, you know what I'm saying? You going through some stuff. And I would just wanted to be the first one to just open that up and be like, you know, we got a side too. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you leave the club, there's another sense of emotions that go through your brain too, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not always at the club. You're not always surrounded by, you know what I'm saying, the bottles and the women and the, you know what I'm saying, and the signs, the money. So like, everybody goes through life. And I just wanted to put that out there. Like, there is a vulnerable side to the party side of things, to, you know, for every person that's in the club, there's a vulnerable side to that. And I just wanted to put that vulnerable side out there.
Well, you did a marvelous job doing that. I mean, where do you hope to go from here now, though? This project comes out August 22nd. What are the plans? What are some concrete plans or some aspirational goals for where you hope to take music from here, JP?
Man, I plan to go on a tour soon.
Yeah.
Whether that's my own tour or going to tour with an artist that I look up to and I love. But that's definitely in the plan for me. I will go on a tour. You know, perform on some big stages. Most of all, just perform for the people that actually want to listen to the music and that need the music that I'm listening to. I mean that I'm making. That's really the biggest thing for me. And just, you know what I'm saying, continuing to pave and carve my way out in this R&B lane that I'm going in, you know, and hopefully pick up for some more artists that I love, that I see as idols in that lane, in that area as well. And, you know, just continue to build on top of what I've started, you know what I'm saying, just build a concrete platform of artists and a strong fan base to where I can be able to just, you know, go anywhere, go on a tour, go do this and things of that nature. So,
well, JP, you're going far. Thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.